What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode this week. I apologize, it's been a couple of weeks since I uploaded a new video, but today is going to be a very interesting one talking about Pop Tarts, gummy bears, and sugars before, during, or after your workout, and why do we do them, and also who should not do them, because there is always an exception to the rule. But without any further ado, I want to say thank you to those who are watching this through the app, and thank you to those who are finding this somewhere on YouTube. With these videos, I typically don't promote them a lot on YouTube just because I have actually a personal channel that I do that on with exotic cars. But here on the app is the main focus for these videos, and so I don't really push this on YouTube, even though this is where kind of they're stored at for you guys to go find them. But with what we're going to talk about today is Pop Tarts and gummy bears and all of that, like I said. And so what this basically means is I'm sure right now your wheels are turning. You're thinking, how in the world am I going to have Pop Tarts before or during a workout, and how's it going to benefit me? All right. So there is a couple of things that you need to realize. Okay, we'll break it down in very simple terms for you. Protein are the building blocks of muscle. All proteins, amino acids, we all know that, right? Protein builds muscle. Fats also build muscle and help regulate hormones. Carbs are merely a fuel source for the body. So it only makes sense that if your metabolism is where it should be, and your body is lean enough, and you're working hard enough to utilize this form of energy, okay, that most life on Earth uses as sugar, as energy, even plants use it. It is very important, if you're in that certain circumstance, that you take in carbs and sugars at the right times. We've talked about this in many other videos, but there's a specific case where maybe like a Pop Tart or gummy bears or something that is a little faster digesting will benefit you a little bit more. For example, let's say that it's a leg day, okay, and that you're already really lean, you've already lost some weight, you're looking good for summertime, and you're still dieting, okay, and you're at this point where you're starting to eat a little bit more food, but you keep losing weight, okay? And maybe your goal is not to just keep losing weight. I mean, at some point, you got to stop losing weight at some point, right? You want to maintain the physique that you're at. You're comfortable with where you're at, okay? So then at that point, it's a good idea, especially if you're really, really working hard enough, to add in a little extra fuel or sugars during the workout to give you a better workout, to fuel that workout. And what will happen is, I can promise you, your workouts will become even more enhanced. They'll become even more intense because you have that extra little bit of energy pushing you through. Now, there's a reason why we would do Pop Tarts or gummy bears or even a carb drink like Carbolin, like any kind of dextrose powder, any kind of high weight, high molecular weight, high glycemic carb. I had that backwards. It's a low molecular weight, high glycemic carb. There's a reason why we would do those things, and that is because if you do a bowl of oatmeal, right, which is going to digest very, very slowly, it's going to just make your stomach feel full, right? And it's not going to feel very good trying to work out after eating a bowl of oatmeal. I mean, that doesn't sound very fun, right? Or like a plate of pasta. Okay, eat a plate of pasta, go work out. You're probably not going to feel very well. Your stomach's going to be hurting, and you're probably not going to want to work out. You're going to be sleepy. So eating something with fast digesting sugars, high glycemic carbs, like a Pop-Tart that has a lot of dextrose in it and a lot of just simple sugars, is going to digest very rapidly. So now what happens is when I have a bowl of oatmeal, it's going to digest over the course of like 4 or 5 hours or something like that. And over those 4 or 5 hours, there's going to be a small trickle of glucose into the bloodstream. So as my body's assimilating those oats, it's going to release glucose in the bloodstream, and it's going to store glycogen in the muscle cells, and it's going to fill me up for the long term, right? It's also going to sit on my stomach longer too. And the longer a food sits on your stomach, the more blood goes to your stomach to help digest the food and help aid in the digestion process. But if I have a Pop-Tart, okay, a Pop-Tart, and this is just a guess, but a Pop-Tart has a very high glycemic score, which means that it digests very, very fast, okay? Because there's a lot of dextrose in there, there's a lot of simple sugars in there. It may digest in like 30 minutes, maybe 45 minutes, maybe an hour. I mean, at very, very most. It's already out of your stomach, the sugars and the carbs are already in the muscle cells. Your blood sugar's been spiked and probably already gone back down. So because that Pop Tart is going to increase blood sugar and insulin for, like I said, about an hour, that little window you have, that's a really, really good time to eat a Pop Tarts around your workout. Now, again, this goes for only the certain people that can do that, such as those with very fast metabolisms, those that are losing weight that want to try to gain weight, and or those that know that they train hard enough that they're burning through carbs super, super fast. And they may feel a little low blood sugar at the end of the workout. And again, they're working hard enough. They've earned that ability. Their bodies need to be fueled by the sugars, by the carbs, so they don't start eating away at muscle. So, again, that goes kind of back to people that are very, very lean. Even for me right now, I don't consider myself lean right now, so I'm not doing that right now. Now, if I was getting ready for a bodybuilding competition or a photo shoot or something, yeah, when it gets closer to that time when I'm really lean and I'm all chiseled up and shredded, I might throw in a Pop Tart every day, maybe just on arm days, maybe just on leg days, maybe on a day that I'm trying to bring up a muscle group and I need that extra push to help kind of bring it out, right? So there are certain circumstances when you want to eat those carbs after your workout, during, or before. I would suggest that if you're going to work out in the morning, I would have those carbs either during the last half of the workout or right after the workout. Now, there's a reason behind that. If I wake up in the morning and I have a Pop Tart right away, you're going to interrupt a process that your body does naturally. When you wake up in the morning on your schedule, your body naturally releases glucose from the bloodstream to help you wake up. So if I go and shove Pop Tarts in my face first thing in the morning, because I am about to go work out, but if I go do that, what's going to happen is my blood sugar is already going to be a little elevated because I just woke up, but it's also going to go even higher than that. That is something that I am not used to doing. I don't wake up and have carbs. I don't have any of my clients do carbs first thing in the morning because I don't want to interrupt that process. I want them to go train on low carbs in the morning so that they can burn as much carbs as they have, as much carbs as they can in the muscle cells first. So they have to utilize what's in the tank first before we add more to it. It's kind of like going to get gas. You fill your gas tank all the way up, and then I just drive across the street to the next gas station, try to fill it up even more, right? It doesn't make any sense. Eventually, if I keep doing that, gas is going to come out of the gas tank and make a mess everywhere. It probably really wouldn't do that because there's safety features, but you guys know what I'm saying, right? For example, here's some iced coffee, all right? I fill it up to the top, I take a sip, and then I try to put more in there, right? And eventually it's going to spill out and go everywhere. So you have to utilize what you have stored already. And so that's why if you train in the morning, I suggest that you eat the carbs either after the workout or at least the last half if you're training hard enough so that you can utilize what you already have. Otherwise, if you just keep eating and eating and eating when you don't need to, you're going to end up storing carbs as body fat, and that's not a good thing. So also, if you're eating carbs if you're working out middle of the day or later in the day, really you can kind of have those carbs either right before, you can have the carbs during or after. What I would suggest is a plan that I've done and it works very, very well, especially if you're somebody with a pretty fast metabolism like myself, is if you really want to get lean, a great idea is to go all day without any carbs. And it is challenging, I'll give you that, all day without any carbs, and then train, and you train all out, and you can feel when you deplete your body of glycogen. You are tired, you're trembly, you're shaky, you're exhausted, you feel like your blood sugar's low, and then at that point you go home and you have carbs before you go to sleep. What happens is all those carbs, your body digests them super fast, goes right to the muscles for recovery, plus you haven't had carbs all day, so your body is primed. It wants those carbs, especially you worked out, you've depleted the gas tank, right? Now you fill it back up and your body's just burning through it because it really wants to utilize all those carbs and sugars to rebuild the body. As long as you have protein mixed in with that, you're going to rebuild, recover, and trust me, you're going to sleep really, really, really good. You go to bed, you feel full, you sleep good, and you wake up the next morning and your body just burns right through all of that. So just a little tip for those that feel like they're at that point where they could use some simple sugars around the workout, there's some options. Pop Tarts were just a simple example. Are they the healthiest option? No, they're not, because there is a lot of additives in there. There's a lot of additives. Go look at the back of a Pop Tart label and see if you can pronounce half the things on there, because I certainly can't. But that's something that you want to think about. Gummy bears, they're okay, kind of like a Pop Tart. Rice Krispie treats actually are really, really good choices. They digest very well. It's rice, it's sugar, that's all it is. And there's also some carb drinks. I know First Form, a company that we sponsored with, or we partnered with, and you can actually look at them through the app. There's a product called Ignition. And Ignition is a very fast digesting carbohydrate. That digests instantly. There is no digestion actually. It literally, you drink it, it's straight to the bloodstream, and you instantly get this pump. Your muscles feel full and pumped. And it's great for ladies too. If you're lean or getting ready for bodybuilding competition, you need that extra push. Or ladies that work out really hard and you're already lean and you're comfortable with where you're at, and you just want to get a little bit extra out of that workout. This product, Ignition, will really help you. I actually don't have any on hand right now because I have not been doing an intra-workout carbohydrate drink. I just do protein right after, but the Ignition is very good. So just a little advice, a little tips there on different types of carbs, when to eat them. And again, Pop-Tarts was just a good example. But if you're somebody out there who feels like your metabolism is fast enough where you can eat carbs and lose weight, and you go have a cheat meal and you still can't gain any weight, then your metabolism's pretty good. I would suggest, just go down to the grocery store, try it for a couple of days. Go buy a Pop-Tarts box, eat one package, 2 pastries within 30 minutes of going to work out if you're working out in the middle of the day or later, and go train hard, and you will feel your body just so much more pumped. It feels kind of like just this euphoric feeling. You just feel really, really good, and you'll have some good workouts, and you'll definitely recover faster. But if you're somebody who's still got body fat on you, you're still trying to get lean, probably stay away from that, and we'll save that trick in the bag for later on. So anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, share it with a friend, and if you are not a customer of mine, at least a client with me personally, you can do that all through the app. You can actually go to the I think it's Contact Us feature, and you can actually, that's a direct line to my phone. So you can actually call me, you can text me, and we can set you up on a customized plan. We have rates starting as low as $25 every 2 weeks. That's $1.66 per day. So I don't want to hear anybody say they can't afford that. That is $1.66 a day. This energy drink is like $2.50. So if you drink one of these a day, like this is almost 2 days worth of, after tax, this is like 2 days worth of training. So think about that. It's a good value, and you're not gonna get any other value that you get here anywhere else for especially any cheaper. So I like to price it because our objective here at Everything Massive is to help as many people worldwide as possible. But anyways, guys, hope you're having a great day. If you have any questions, shoot me a message on the app, shoot me a text, call me. I'll be happy to answer them, and we'll get you started. So other than that, we'll see you next week.